Oh, come on, cup of tea. Oh.
Sure, maximum protection with 3 times stronger sweat protection and odor control.
Morning. Give me everything. Oh man, fucking hell. You know. A little bit better than I was yesterday, mate, thank God. Now you come to me. Dun. Better than all the rest. Better than anyone. Okay. I hang on every word you say. Hey mate, morning Jordan. Yeah, I don't feel as bad as I did yesterday, so I suppose that's a bonus. Every night, every day. I enjoyed the live I done with Spencer last night, man. I'm going to do a STRAIGHTOUTTABALLYER today as well. And I'm going to bring a few of yous on, you know. There is no better place. You're simply the best. Even better than your daddy was. No, I had a good chat with Spencer about boxing, you know. Stuck on your heart. Hang on every word you say. Yeah, I'm gonna do another one today and then tonight. Get a few people on, you know what I mean? You stop losing control with my eyes on my soul. Oh, yeah, sometimes, Andrew. This is the earliest I've had a joint for a while. So I'll do a bit of content tomorrow because the weekend I'll be gone. I'm going up to spend it with my family. I just died in your arms tonight. Must have been something you said. Yeah, shout out to Spencer last night for coming on me live. Guys, I'm doing a StreamYard tonight, okay? Come over, yous are all welcome. I'm trying to build something here, you know. I'm trying to communicate, I'm trying to unite. I'm trying to bring a few different people together. It's not as hot as it was yesterday. You know what, Jordan? I love me music. I like dance music and I like grime music. But I like all types of music. I can hear me father playing all these, you know, when I was younger. He says to me, music is always going to be your mate. You just don't know it yet. Right. Anyway, does this new documentary, hey Machiavelli, does this new documentary on Netflix called, what's it called? Hang on. I started watching it yesterday. I'll tell you now. It's called Turning Point, the War in Vietnam. Let's go from the first season, resume episode 1, play from beginning. Yeah. Big enough.
I was born in Brooklyn, New York, May 19th, 1946.
What are you lying for? You look like an Arab.
We moved to Florida. My stepfather was a policeman, and he was in an organization called the John Birch Society. This was a right-wing organization.
Hang on, let me just get something that I can stand this against. Oh. Fucking water's going down like fuck.
Most of those recorded messages were about how bad the communists were.
Yeah, I'll stick me thing against that. But so later on, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna be doing a StreamYard, okay?
And that it would be my job to.
So you are all welcome. Yeah, it's on Netflix, Machiavelli, yeah. I like stuff about war, you know, it's my favourite topic. Oh, I'm sitting like this for 15 minutes because my stomach is starting to raise.
They take all your personal belongings away from you and they put you in a rack, a bed. next morning, the lights come on, people are running up and down the barrack halls, making a lot of noise, and they're pushing over the bunk beds and knocking people out of their beds. I woke up and I thought I was having a bad dream.
Well, last night Spencer dived on for an hour, so I'll tell a few people I'm doing a STRAIGHTOUTTABALLYER tonight, so a couple of them will come on.
For not doing those impossible tasks. For instance, I was asked to jump, so I jumped, and the drill instructor said, "Private Camille, who gave you permission to come down?" There's a lot of dehumanization in the training. We run and we sing songs with the cadence. When the song goes, "I'm gonna go to Vietnam, I'm gonna kill some Viet Cong with a knife or with a gun." Either way, it'll be fun.
But like I said last night, me and Spencer, we were talking about boxing. Right, so that's what I'm watching now. Look, Turning Point, the Vietnam War. You know, I like watching, and I made sure I charge my phone up so it's 100%, so I don't have to fanny about with leads. No, not today, bro. No, my gear's up at me house. You know, I've no fishing gear at me ma's at all. But like I said, it's gonna do me and me missus the world of good, you know, because I thought we'd fucking finished up for good last week, because my mental health has been getting worse. It's like to the point where I thought it's gonna end up going back in for 28 days. So rather than getting sectioned, I said I'll go back to basics. I don't need to go into hospital. I'll go back to me ma's house and I'll make sure man cuts the grass and, you know, everything I need to find my way home, I'll find here. I'll be going up to spend the weekend with the chick and the family tomorrow.
Understanding of their place in the world.
Yeah, but bro, here's the thing, some of us won't admit if we're in the wrong and shit because of our pride and our principles, and sometimes we sacrifice our happiness because of our pride and our principles.
Prior to the Vietnam War, for the most part, Americans believed their leaders in Washington, D.C. After Vietnam, you had the first decline of what we call the imperial presidency. This was really when the American people understood that, our leaders in Washington, D.C. aren't always doing what we think they're doing. They don't always tell us.
But like I said, myself and Spencer, we grew up on Cherry Orchard Avenue, you know, and it's like, I had to be Spencer, you know, from Ballyfermot, because, like, you get a lot of cunts on YouTube that tell you loads of lies, you know, and tell you how tough they are and how hard they are and how big their muscles are. I never in a million years come on here and I'd ever say I'm a tough guy, a hard man, or a fighter man. PD did that. He come on here and told everyone that I robbed drug dealers, I shot a few people, and the IRA ran me out of Ireland for selling drugs, which is not true. You know, when he said that night in the cesspit, he got me into trouble, he did, back home. I had people from Ballyfermot ringing me saying, "What are you fucking saying to people? You did this and you got run out of the country." But I said, "Hang on a minute. I never said fuck all. I kept my mouth shut." If you want to know, that wanker on YouTube, I said at the time, I met PD. He come to this house, in fact, I met him. And he'd some balls coming to this gaff, I'm telling you now. But he was welcomed here. I give him my address. And I met him in person because I always wanted to meet him and fucking hurt him for what he said, because my kids found out what I used to do because of him. You know, what happens on your housing estate stays there. Secrets get buried, and we leave them there. But, yeah. And then I had to admit to the whole world that I used to sell drugs and, you know, the whole 9 yards. Yeah, well, he tried it with me, and then I met him. I invited him to my house on his own. Come on your own. And he stood out there dressed to the nines, you know what I mean? With 3 suitcases. I'm like, what the fuck? Where are you going? He said, America. I was like, what? Yeah, I'm going to America. I was like, what are you going to America for? He says, to get out of here. I was like, you're fucking mental, bro. I'll tell you what, you've got big bollocks coming here, you know that? You know what I mean? Like, my brothers are like that straight away, you know what I mean? My brothers are like they watch me, do you understand? Like, especially if I'm here. Oh, I wouldn't invite the devil to my house unless I could deal with him myself without anyone here. But I wanted to have a conversation with him, and we spoke about it. And he said, you know, Jude, I was fed a story off a guy. I said, PD, why would you say that shit about me on the cesspit? He says, because this other fella from Ballyer said that he knew you and said that you got shot and you robbed drug dealers, this, that. And I said, what was his name? And I won't name the fella, Will R. Griffiths. Wait till I tell you something. You didn't pal around with any of us. You didn't pal around on my corner. Do you understand? You weren't allowed. Do you understand? With your brother with the one eye. Yeah, what did he do? The big cabbage. Yeah, you got your story wrong. I wasn't ran out of the country by the rat. I left myself. Not because I was asked to leave, because me mates fucked the bill up and I was after getting bashed. One of my best mates handed someone a shotgun to kill me, and I was like, you know what? Fuck me mates. They fucked me, so fuck them. So I went to England, you know, and made a life for myself here on my own, without me mates. That way then you don't have to give them fuck all. Morning, Hope. But it was the best decision I ever made, you know. I reckon I would have carried on breaking the law and being a criminal and wanting to rise to the top of the tree. Like, I can bring people in here that can tell you, listen, I lived on the same avenue as this kid, and he's not lying to you, he's telling you the truth. You know, but it's all bullshit. Looking up the tough guys. Like I said, I grew up in Cherry Orchard, Cartel Land, the family. Do you understand? They're all my mates and cousins. And hey, Lena, good morning. When I was young, I don't know why, but I always used to look up to tough guys. You know, all the lads at the Red Wall gang and shit like that. You know, and I don't know why we glorify tough guys. You know, they do it in movies. There's 2 Jordans in the chat. Good morning. You know, I don't know why, but I always wanted to be like me mates, you know. I was always the class clown, and, you know, I was always the first one. If one of us was having a fist fight, I'd be like, hey, you're beautiful, good morning. So, most of me mates were game as fuck. You know, and for entertainment, we used to box the face off each other. You know, look what's in the garden, Bob. I have an infidel, you black and white bastard, you. Look at that magpie. I call it a black and white fucking bastard. A magpie. A fucking black and white, a fucking Newcastle fan. Get out of my garden. Get out of that garden. Yeah. Get out of that garden. Yeah, you get out of the garden when I tell you to get out of the garden. Give me a rock or something. Where's it gone? Yeah, you fucking cunt. Get down at my fence. Yeah, Bowsy. But, hey, Robert. But, I seen the ducks. No, I don't know what it is, but Growing up in Ballyfermot, all my mates wanted to be thugs. They all wanted to be the next fucking gangster on the housing estate, you know, because their big brother was, you see. Half of them are thick as fuck. They can't even spell fuck, you know. It's like, and they chose that. You know, all my mates wanted to sit on a street corner. Do you know what? They're still sitting at that street corner. You know, and some of them, their children has followed in their footsteps. I bet you're proud, aren't you? Well done you fucking scumbag. Your child is selling that heroin and he's 27 years old and you're turning a blind eye to that. Now, I have a lot of mates that sell drugs. This is aimed at somebody who I think is a fucking scumbag. Yeah. Do you understand? It's like myself and Spencer grew up in an area, and Mousy, where heroin destroyed their city, and every little suburb where heroin went to destroy it. You know what? I used to be a scumbag heroin dealer, right? And I used to take gold as currency, right? I know I'm looking forward to tomorrow. And you know something, right? When my house got raided, I had about a half-pint pot full of gold, right? And many years ago, when I was thinking about old times, I used to say to myself, you know what, Jude? You know that pint glass that you had full of jewellery? Every piece of that jewellery was stolen from someone's mammy, granny, auntie, sister, to sell for heroin. You know, and I was part of that shit, you know, and if you think you're a good guy and you sell fucking heroin, you're not a good guy at all. Good guys don't do shit like that. Good guys help grannies cross the road. Do you understand? And to cut the corners off that toast. Okay, I'll take that. Like I said, I did a STRAIGHTOUTTABALLYER with Spencer last night and I really enjoyed it. I like talking about boxing with Spencer because he knows the shit. I like talking to educated people that know what they're actually talking about. You know, like, see me, it's me dad's fault. I have a lot of interests. Do you understand? That way, you can have a conversation about nearly anything in the world. I hope Max wakes up in a better mood today. I hope you all have a good day. It's a fucking banger out there. I made sure I put what? Oh fucking hell! No shit. Hey, amen to that, Jordan. You're not lying about that, mate. It's the worst of them all. But I don't know how hot it is in Ireland. Now it's not as hot as it was yesterday. Okay, gorgeous. Yeah. Like tomorrow night we'll have a little picnic on the canal. I'm going to go over and, you know, I need to get me tackle out. And then I'll go fishing. How about that? But nah, tomorrow I'm gonna go up, see me family, go have a picnic, and then get the tackle out on the canal. Hey, Robert, you know, 'cause it's beautiful weather, you know, and along the canal it's all calm and shit, you know, and I like that, you know, 'cause see when the sun's shining, you know, and it puts you in a good mood, you know, and a lot of us, like I said, listen, mental health affects everybody, and even something as the weather can affect our mental health, you know. There's loads of wankers on YouTube, okay? 51 channels on here that I'm disgusted with. You know, I'm part of this community a long fucking time, and some of these cunts don't even make videos for their paying members. Shame on you. You're bringing our community into disrepute, you greedy cunt. Help somebody for free. Like me. People say, Jude, you have to be the stupidest Irishman on here. Why don't you charge people membership? Fuck off with that. We've been through it a million times. You know, bringing people together, that's where I get nourishment. You know, it's like I'd only spend on weed and anyway, so, you know, keep it. You see, where we're from, Irishmen, we're very proud. And once we say something, our principle, yeah, it's like a handshake. Do you understand me? When you shake me hand, look me in the fucking eye. Do you understand? Yeah. Just let me look at you a minute. You know, and when you go to pull your hand away, purposely I won't let go. You know, and you'll try to pull your hand away again, and I won't let go. And if you try it the third time, I'll just span on you. One bomb, head kick, cerebral edema. And I didn't mean it. Like I said, you know, I've tried to learn myself in life about a few things, right? It's the same when it comes to fighting, right? My dad taught me how to fight, right? Well, I didn't have a chance. He beat the brakes off me. But my mother taught me to love, and it wasn't a good combination, you know, it was a bit in the middle. But I used to be a right tug, you know. And it's like when you have characters like Spencer, Ian Gibbons, Yowza, Harper, all them kind of lads, you know, that have stories to tell. You know, and I grew up around a lot of fucking head cases, you know, and it's like Tom's up with his fluffy head. Hey, son, good morning. Good morning. Good morning, son. Daddy'll be home tomorrow. And you're going to get the same haircut as your daddy. You know, in life, sometimes you have to separate yourself. If you know, you listen to me, yeah? Okay, so Lisa knows me best, right? Lisa knows me best, right? Lisa knows me best, right? But I know myself better. And I was that close to going into hospital for 28 days. Do you understand? My mental health was affecting and is affecting me partners. So I had to do something about it, you know. So now I'm looking forward to seeing me missus tomorrow, in all fairness, you know. And my son, you know, and Lily, you know, go out on the canal, bring a little blanket or a towel under a tree, and having a sambo and a cup of tea. While I'm fishing, I'll just cast me rod into the water. I might put a float on it, or I might just put a swim feeder on it and just fill it and just cast it and leave it on my rod rest like that. But so guys, tomorrow I'll do me live, but you won't see me much over the weekend. You won't see me this much in anyway, put it that way, till maybe Monday evening sometime, or Monday afternoon. But today, this afternoon, this evening, tonight, myself and a couple of other people are going to come on my StreamYard. How about that? Yeah. Oh. Is that a threat or a promise?
advise or just tell him that Vietnam is actually.
You know I sound like a broken record sometimes and a walking contradiction and a hypocrite, but what I have learnt about life is men, we do not admit when we're wrong and we don't like admitting when we're wrong. So sometimes what we do is we sacrifice our pride and our principles before our happiness. So long story short, your pain will kill you if you let it, or you can reverse it and use it as fuel, like a big dick in the sea. Moby, they called them. Yeah, I watched the movie the other night, Heart of the Sea. Yeah, no vaginas on board. This is a man's ship. Well, that's all we can do. Like I said, we'll go for dinner tomorrow. And then we'll have a little picnic under that tree. Right beside that little spot there. It's perfect for you to sit on. I can watch it. And if anyone mentions your cleavage on the way past, I'll fucking kill them. Telling you.
New Corsadil gum strengthener.
You know what I'm like? I'm very possessive. I have a green-eyed monster inside me. I suppose it's better than a dick. And I am going to get a tan and fuck the milkman too. Archers, fire! We go out and get a suntan. Can I just say happy birthday to Scott's mate Ronald, all the way in Australia in jail. Bro, I hope you get some birthday cake today. You know, and do your time. Don't let your time do you. And if one of the screws say anything to you, make sure that cunt cops are sweet. Happy birthday to Ronald all the way in Australia. Any friend of Scott's is a friend of our channels, especially if you're locked up, bro. Yeah, happy birthday to Ronald. And tell the governor I said he's a cunt. Ask him, tell him, here, does he know Keithy George? You know, or Neville Bardos, tell him I said hello. And if you see Chopper, tell him I'm a big fan. I know he's dead, but yeah, and shout out to Mark Chopper, fucking Reed too. But so last night I did a StreamYard. Right now, listen, I just need to. I have to clean myself up. I have to clean the floor. Okay, can you just wait there? When I said I was going back to basics, I was that close to going into hospital, right? Like I told you, and I knew it. And I had a bit of a breakdown. You know, I was on me live there last week, and I was bawling, crying on the live, you know, because of how I've been behaving, you know, and it upset me missus, and it really upset me too, you know. Right, I'm cleaning me pads. Hang on. Just let me get the fuck off the house. Yeah, I don't know about yous, but down here, mate, it's right. I don't know what yous are even laughing at. It's not funny. Right, beautiful. I love you loads, and I'll FaceTime you about 12, half 12, right? I'll be up there at this time tomorrow, and anyway, I'm just sorting the house out. Right. Right. Now, there we go. Well, Lena, like I said last night, I did a live with Spencer, and a couple of people wanted to dive on. It's like, but I needed a catch up, you know. Like, I know Spencer over fucking, Jesus Christ, 35 years, man, easy. Oh no, I won't be late. I'm working on my suntan today, you know. I'll have a shave in the morning or tonight, you know, after my shower. Fucking, you know, make sure I give me balls a good wash. Me balls. Me balls. Fuck. There. Yeah. Straight there, Lena. I'm gonna get burnt today, I know I am. Well, not burnt, I'll go brown.
We start with nature, then make it bold and punchy.
I'm getting a vape, I am, Lena. I'm gonna try come off the smokes. I have loads of the liquids at home. I've about fucking 60 of them, all different ones, different flavours. You know what? Oh man. But yeah, Lena, last night I did a live with Spencer and we were talking about boxing now. You know, it's Mrs. Anne-Marie. Lena, she's just as clued up as you are about the UFC. You know, that's what a lot of people don't understand. Like, see you when it comes to UFC. You're a fan like me. But last night, like I said, I'd not done a STRAIGHTOUTTABALLYER in ages, so I'm gonna do one this afternoon. Hello. Alright, mate. Fucking right, yeah, why not? But I need one that I can put liquid in. You know, a refillable one. I was going in the vape shop, Lena, tomorrow to buy one. For now, I'll get one for 25 quid. You know, the refillable ones. Because I need to stop smoking cigarettes. Me and Spencer, or in another 5 years, we'd be fucking lucky if we're here. So, I need to work on a few things. Like last night. Yeah. Well, listen to me. I fucking told you should open your own. You know, I'll come over and say hello, and I'll make sure that I ask every fucker that's up to me to do it too. And Lena, You know what you could do as well during fight week? You could do prediction videos and reaction videos. Like, cause there's a lot of women out there that are fans of boxing and UFC. Anne-Marie knows just as much about boxing than Spencer. I said to me missus, I just need a refillable one. Because, Lena, I want to stop smoking cigarettes. And I think it's a mental thing. Okay, Lena, you know the way we do that? And blow the smoke out. I think it's a habit. You know. Hey, Emmett. It's a gentleman's sport, boxing. It's meant to be, and it's like, I've always said this to kids. If you go into, I was a coach, if you go in to any kind of mixed martial art or discipline to hurt somebody, I would tell you to leave. Go away. You go to learn, it's a great sport and it gives you discipline and pride and fucking dignity and morals and ethics and tenacity. Legendary behaviour. Parliamentary procedure. I come from a family where a lot of my cousins box. You know, like my mother's sister, her kids, Paul Stevens, Glenn Stevens, James Stevens and Michael Stevens, 4 brothers, all from Ballyfermot that represented our country in the Commonwealth Games. A couple of me cousins. You just put up and bouncing today. Well, good. You know, like I said, Lena, you don't even know how strong you are. And when you open your StreamYard, I'll ask a few people to come over. Like tonight, I'm bringing a couple of the lads on and I'll see what happens tonight. Because I have a bit of time on my hands and over the weekend I'm going to try to be as busy as I can. But I won't be on here much. Carmel Stevens, yeah, that's me auntie. That's me mother's sister. Don't tell me you know her. Like Lena. Yeah, but Emmett, I bet you've never forgot your training, have you? I've been around world champions, Emmett, all my life. Oh, that's me mother's sister. Lola Stevens, Tracy and Rachel. No fucking way, Lena. Don't tell me you know them girls. Hey, that's how small the world is. No, but Emma, you don't forget. You don't forget, you know what I mean? It's like, and I've been doing it most of my life, you know, since I learned. Like, my dad learned me how to fight. Any Bowsy can fight, you know. You know, and you can have power in your hands. But it's not your power that's going to get you around the world. It's your job and establishing it. You're stood in front of someone, bang, bang. Just tap, tap. Tap, tap. With a glove in your hand, bang, bang. Like not jabbing, just going bang, bang. Like that. Easy. It's simple. It's like, right, I'll show you. I'll put it this way, right? Me and you are fighting, yeah? So I'm here, I'm stood in front of you, bang, I'm just going to walk around you and I'm going to go, I'm just going to keep hitting you like that. I'm just going to hold this guy here, look, see that? I'm going to be like that when I'm throwing my fucking right hand because I'm southpaw, right? So I'll just do like that, bang, into your face. You know, I'll just walk around, I'll have my guard high, like that, chin tucked in there, like that. You know, it's like just jab you like bang, then bang, bang. It's like, it's simple. You know, I just cover myself, I keep a high guard, and you're not gonna fucking hit me. You know. But like I said, it's like my father beat the brakes on me. You know, like I mean, beat the shit out of me and my mother. And my grandmother made me swear. Emma, me fucking hands, bro. Look at my elbow, Emma. Can you see that? Hey. Now that's what you call damage, bro. And I'm not a tough guy or a hard man or a fighting man anymore. My hands hurt in the winter, mate, and my elbows, both of them. Look at me fucking hand, Emma. You see that? It's all collapsed from, you go up there, and you see up there, do you see the other ones, look? That collapsed on me, Emma. You see it there? Can you see it, Em? Where it's collapsed on me. You know, like I used to like a fight. You know, on my kids' lives, I used to love it. At football. You know, I used to love fighting because I can fight. And I'm good at it. I'm shy at fishing. I'm shy at golf. I'm rubbish at a lot of things, but when I learned, my father learned me how to fight. And here, do not let him up off that ground. I'm telling you. Me daddy taught me how to fight. He broke me nose twice, Lena. And you don't fucking raise your children like that. You know, when we see arguments in our house when we're kids, it fucking affects us. You know. Like my dad, he used to gamble. He used to play cards. And he was shit at it. And sometimes he'd spend me mother's wages. And he'd come in, pissed drunk. And a big row would start, and he'd beat the brakes off me ma, and I'd get out of bed and I'd try to dive on him. And he'd just smack me, boom, I'd be across the floor. Break up the house. Me mum would fucking run out, because we lived in flats, Blue Bell. Me granny lived in this block, and we lived in this block. So anytime me dad come in pissed, putting his hands on me sister, on me mother is a big mistake, because she's got 4 big brothers that'll kill you. You know, Lena, my granny, when I was a kid, made me swear on the Holy Bible. May you see that? I swear on the Blessed Lady, yeah? My granny made me put my hand on the Holy Bible as a kid, yeah? And swear I'd never hit me children if I ever had any, or I'd never hit a woman. And that's on the Blessed Lady, and I'm not perfect. I fucked up a lot in my life, but you know one thing? I've never hit a fucking woman in my life or any of my children. Not one of them. You know, but yet he did hear me arguing, so I'm not perfect, you know, and like I said, fucking, if you're shouting your fucking head off in front of your kids and all, it's gonna affect them. And it's always stuck with me, you know. Like my granny was Ballyferma fucking true and true, you know. And everybody knows me family in Ballyferma. I've got 3 families in Ballyferma and I have 2 in Crumlin. No, Crumlin, forget Crumlin. Last night, Spencer McDermott jumped on me panel and guys, I stopped doing StreamYard because I like YouTube better, you know, but I have to finish what I started. So if you aren't doing anything this afternoon, I'm doing a StreamYard, so come over. You know, Lola, no fucking way. Mel, see me and you were supposed to meet, Lena. Don't ask me why, but we were supposed to talk. And not only do you know all me fucking friends. Now, if I was to tell you something about our mother, you wouldn't be too happy. She's not my favourite auntie, and I'll tell you the reason why. When my mammy died, you know what? You know when Lola Star died, Lena? Mickey O. The dad died, Mickey O. Stevens, cause she's a Stevens, isn't she? Right, you know Mickey O. Stevens, right? So my uncle, right? So my ma's sister, her husband, his niece is married to Dee O'Driscoll. She's a solicitor. So you imagine your mammy's sister not coming to our funeral or not sending a mass card. How would that make you feel, Lena? Would you be hurt? But here, it's not Lola's fault. It's not Lola's fault. It's not Tracy's fault. It's that cunt's fault. You know, Lena, when I first went to England, you know her. See her. She labelled me the black sheep of the family, right? Yeah, because I got addicted to heroin. And then what happened for her kids? You see, people shouldn't throw stones because boulders end up going on them. You know, like Lola, Tracy and Rachel all went through rehab and addiction, and so did some of the boys. In my family, only I fucked up on drugs. My brothers don't take drugs. Do you understand? Like, they drink, they like a pint, my brothers. They don't even smoke weed. Ever. You know, like I was the druggie in my family. You know. And then, me auntie, when I went to England, because I got into a bit of trouble, because me mates fucked me over. You know, and then me other mate handed them a shotgun in front of me to fucking end me. And everybody knows about it. Because things like that, the area doesn't forget. And everybody knows that I got tortured in Cherry Orchard. I never opened me mouth. I kept the lads' names out of me mouth who did it to me because my uncles wanted to know who did it. I don't care who did that to you, they're dead. Who did it? I'm not telling you. You know, I got into the trouble. It wasn't their fault. I fucked the bill up, not them. If they hadn't beaten me up or given me a punishment beating, everybody would have taken the piss. So they had to make an example out of me, and they did. And fair play to them. I needed that. I needed a good beating. You know, like I said, you know, you don't understand the character you're dealing with. Like, it's like, and back then, I didn't give a fuck. You know, I don't care how tough you are. Well, tell you what, we'll see how tough you are. Come on in the field. Let's go. Come on. Come on. Go on your bells here. It's like, you understand? But all my mates now can fight. But that doesn't make me a tough guy. I just learned myself. Well, my dad learned me, but I put my own spin on it. To the point where I've got more scars on my fucking arm and that elbow there. It's like fucking, see here, there, from there to there, and I've one from there to there. You know, I've skinny arms, you know, I've snap bones in me. See this hand from hitting people? It's like, I used to like going to football, okay, and having a fucking row, a proper row. 50 against 70 or 50 against 100. You know, what an adrenaline rush. And I was an adrenaline junkie, an adrenaline addict, and I can handle myself, so it doesn't matter, like, you know what I mean? It's like, don't get me wrong, have I got bashed at football? Loads of times, but not on my own. Like, I'll stand with you, no problem, you know. But when I first started going to football, morning brother, it's like it was, you know, you go and you see all these fucking bastards like Keane and fucking, you know, like leaders in your team. Mark, there's no milk. We ran out of milk. I'm drinking black tea until I go down. I'll go down the shop after I do my life. Do you want a black one? But it's like, I met a lad in work called Joe Davis when I used to work up in when I used to work in an abattoir. I met this geezer called Joe Davis, and he said to me one day, he said, Jude, I have 2 tickets there tonight, you know. Who are we playing? I think we were playing fucking Inter Milan. I'm not too sure. One of the Milans we were playing. And I ended up going, and he introduced me to a few lads, like a couple of the lads I work with. I didn't even know, like, that they go to the football together. But they were always in the Stratford end, and there was like 100 of them, you know, and they all dressed the same. You know, every one of them either had this on, look. Where's it gone? Right, so they're either rocking these, don't mind the belly, so it's either that, Stone Island, or Sergio. You know, it's like, and it was crazy. It's like I said, my dad like was tough on me, you know, and he knew I was soft, and he wanted to toughen me up a bit, because I kept getting bullied in school, not in school, in the flats, and my dad had enough of it. And this kid that was picking on me, my dad said to me, he marched me out with a stick. He said to me, before I went out, which one is it? I said to him, that big fella. He said to me, is that the same cunt that's picking on you the last 2 years? I said, yeah. He said, I want you to go over and crack that off his head, bro. Hey, you were only young, bro. Do you understand? You were about 2 or something. It's like, and you know what my dad was like, bro? He said, see him. If you don't hit him with that stick, he said, I'll bleeding box the head off you. You know, and I went out and I thought I was going to do it, you know, and when I got to him, I couldn't do it. You know what I mean, bro? My dad slapped me in the face in front of them all, and, you know, they all start laughing at me, bro. And my dad must have known, bro. He did it. He fucking cracked me in the face, and they start laughing. I broke it. I broke it off his head, bro. And his dad started gabbing. It's like, long story short, he wasn't gabbing for long. Yeah, he got fucked. I won't go into it on here, but yeah. You know, my dad, he didn't like me being fucking bullied, like, you know what I mean? So this kid, like, was 12. I was fucking 8 years old, you know, and he wouldn't leave me alone. You know, he wouldn't leave me a fucking alone, and I always used to have to walk the long way if I seen him to avoid him, because he'd always fucking, you know, just a cunt, didn't like me, you know. Hang on. Well, like I said, that's what he's doing. He's going to uni. He's doing construction management. Both of them. You know, I'm really proud of me brothers, you know, doing degrees. My dad would have been really proud, because see, all my dad's family are educated. You know, in fact, all of us McDonald's are educated. You know, and in all fairness here, I got thrown out of school young. Mark left school young. Mark, how old were you when you left school? I know Alex was about 11. He wouldn't go. See the little prick? I walk him in the school gate, and when I fuck off, he was jumping over the railings. Me thinking he's going to school, Alex, as soon as he fucking got to the school, he done a cut through. He was watching for me to fuck off. And when I fucked off, he fucked off, the little cunt. Let me put a song on. Yeah! Alright. Yeah. Thanks, Alex, you know what? I haven't even got I haven't even got fire! Boo! Boo! 4, 3, 2, 1. Right, guys, give me a minute. I'm bringing Mark up a cup of tea. But I want to talk to you. And I want it now. And I want it now. How are you, Scott? Did he? Oh, fucking lovely. Shout out to you, mate. Happy birthday, Roland. Happy birthday, mate. We love you in Ireland and in England. I hope you have a good, mate. I hope you have a good fucking birthday, mate. Nah, Scott. My pleasure, mate. Like, why wouldn't you do that? You know? Like, you know, so. So, nah, look at. I know what it's like to be locked up, you know, so that's not a bother, mate. And Roland, I hope you have a great birthday, mate. And shout out to everybody in the prison there, down under, yeah. I wanted to go to Australia, but I fucked up like you, Roland, and ended up in jail. Weapon and gun, with drugs and a weapon, allegedly. But anyway, yeah. Don't let your jail do you. You know, do your time. Don't let your time do you. And I hope you have a great birthday, mate. Skull. Now, where's the fucking lager? Get the fucking lager out. You know, the Aussies like a good old can of lager. Roland, I'm gonna have a joint for you for your birthday. But, nah, you're welcome. I'm not too sure, Lena. I've not spoke to Raymond in a while. Like I said, the last week, you know, as you know, I have a few personal things going on that I'm trying to work on. I bet you have. It's your own fault. I told you about staying out in that sun, bro. Too long. Like, Mark, look out, I'm going brown. I found a book. But last night, guys, I did a STRAIGHTOUTTABALLYER with an old pal, Spencer McDermott, and Spencer's a big boxing fan. My brother's a big boxing fan. Hey, Mark, you know when Dubois fighting Usyk, I'd like you to come on to give your predictions and reaction videos, because you know you're fighting, bro. You were trained by world champions. You were raised by grandmasters. Not raised, but your ex. I was trying to explain to me viewers, your old boss in Thailand, they're really respected, and Buddhists, you don't swear in front of them, bro. I was telling them the story that you told me. Remember on your way home from work one night, this big guy was beating on a woman, and Master Woody stopped the van and asked him nicely to leave the lady alone. What happened, bro? And he called him a name as well. He called him on a fucking chink. You've just crossed the line. Now watch your boat sink. Iceberg. You know, you don't swear in front of Buddhist people. You know, my brother was around a 6-time world champion in Muay Thai, being Ronnie Green, bro. Do you understand? You're only as good as the people you're around. And bro, you used to work for Woody and Crin, and he opened the International Muay Thai Federation in Manchester. Can you remember bringing all your training gear home, all the new pads? Your yellow ones, the blue ones, do you understand? All that gear that you brought home for sparring. It's a shame we don't have the pads still in the shed, you know. Because we could do a bit of pad work, bro, one time. You know. But he done the garden, Lena, great. Mark, like I said, them fuckers grow up kicking palm trees. Oh, fuck off, mate. Which cafe you going? I'd like to say happy birthday to Lily's dad. But near the hour, man. Okay, got you. Anyway, happy birthday. Napalm in the morning. Emma, your funeral today because Rob Lee got you killed yesterday or the day before, and Max. You know, like, I know I joke about a lot, right? But one thing I don't joke about is the team. It's like, I have a solid team. I think it's like, for fuck's sake, I haven't got a solid roach. I forgot to put one in the joint. I know I forgot something. Fuck! What was I going to say to you? But so right, guys, last night I did a StreamYard with Spencer, and I haven't done a StreamYard for ages, okay? Because I lost me hunger for it. You know, like, I've worked so hard on this fucking channel, and I don't benefit from it. And it's like I'm getting to the stage where I'm like, you know what? I'm not far away from my target, and once I hit it, it's like I've no desire to take it any further, because I don't make money on YouTube. I don't profit from it, and my time could be used somewhere else where it could benefit me. So once I hit my target, and there's 2 or 3 people who have listened to what I've said and advise, let's say, right, so I know how to grow a channel, right? So there's a lot of people on YouTube, a lot of Irish people that are new to YouTube. Like, you see guys like Emma has been on here probably 3 times the length of time I've been on. Emma was around when the cesspit was on. Like, he's probably been on here longer than me, maybe double the amount of time I'm on here, you know. And there's a lot of good people in the community that'll tell you I've always stayed the same. Do you understand? And I truly believe that the English channels run the narrative on YouTube in our little circle. There's not enough Irish channels. There's not enough mental health channels. Now, I'm not asked, like I said, if people want to make money. Now, if this had been fighting back United, yeah, I'd have charging you membership fees, but this was about getting me channel back, you know, and I wasn't asked about memberships. I just wanted to get me channel back, and I did that, and I didn't just get it back once. I've got it back now 7 times. It's called tenacity. You know, tenacity, dedication, some would call it. You know, When I first come on here, the first person to ever help me was Ronan. Well, when it comes to podcasts, Lucifer J made me my first fucking video. Holden Official brought me on his channel. Jude, do you fancy coming on my channel? I was like, yeah, why not, Ronan? Fuck it. Jude, your story is explosive, Jude. I was like, is it? He said, yeah. He said, my dad knows your uncles. I was like, how is that? He said, because my dad is from where your uncles are from, the same area. But it's a small world, Lena, isn't it? Mark, I didn't know Lena knows her anti-cunt. Oh, her anti-caramel, sorry. Now, I've got two anti-caramels. My father has a sister called Carmel, and my mother has a sister called Carmel. So, like I said, when it comes to boxing and UFC, I've got all bases covered. When it comes to football, all bases are covered. Congratulations to all the Liverpool fans that come in and out of me live on Justice for the 97. I make all them fans up in heaven be celebrating, you know. Liverpool deserve to win the league, and, you know, I've no arguments this season because Man United have been the worst I've ever seen them. But Fergie, when he first come here, look what happened in his first couple of seasons. He was nearly sacked. Far away, far away. Now, like I said last night, I really enjoyed the StreamYard with Spencer, you know. And Spencer, Finn, myself, Mousy, a couple of the other lads. Like, we'll do a StreamYard maybe tonight, so. Now, I can only bring on a few people right now. I'll see tonight, yeah? Now, you don't have to show your face, okay? So, Lena, I'll have a look at them. But yesterday, like I said, Max and Finn squashed a little fucking thing, you know? Which is good, because you can't have your mods arguing with each other, you know? I knew Finn must have been having a bad day, and Max, you know? You know, you see, when you're a captain of a team, or when you're a supervisor in a job or a gaffer, you have to set standards, and it's like, you know, listen, I can't be your boss and be your mate at the same time, do you understand? It's like, I don't mean your boss, but basically what I mean is this is my fucking channel. And it's taken me a lot of hard work, effort, dedication, sleepless nights, motivation, fucking blood, sweat and fucking tears, mate, I put into this channel and any other channel I had. You know, YouTube gold. I'm flying down. Pablo was in the live. Wait till you hear this, guys. I'm on a live one day. I'm flying down the road on a scooter. I'm looking at my phone on the chat. And next of all, this geezer opens his fucking car door. I hit his door, man. And on the live, you can just hear me going, you can hear someone going, mate, you okay? And you can hear me going, no. Let me help you up. No, leave me. You know, and I had a few crashes, you know, fuck's sake, man. I know, there's lights down here you got yesterday. Them ones, fucking, they look sick, them. Oh. 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 What time are you in uni at? 5. Yeah. That's not bad. We need to show you. But so I've not done StreamYards our principal and pride. I put my foot on the brakes and I fell out with a couple of people that were meant to come on my channel, and I said, you know what, fuck it. I don't need them to come on my channel to hit me target and me principles and me pride again. You know, but this is what it's always been there for, because I know and I knew I could grow a channel and have some decent people come in and out, and the people that I want to deal with is people that have gone through addiction, people that are survivors of mental health and suicide attempts and suicide ideology. And there's a lot of people out there that are afraid to talk to doctors of their family and what have you, but people sometimes reach out to me because they can talk to me, because they know, like, I understand mental health, you know, like, we're all affected by it, like in my household, you know, and this household, because Mark's got bipolar and Al's a fucking schizophrenic. My mother was a coping schizophrenic. You know, it's hereditary, you know, but because of what I witnessed as a kid, like, never mind after the fire, you see, it destroyed me, but it destroyed me daddy and me mother, because my mother blamed herself, and it didn't need to be birthdays or anniversaries for my ma to cry over them kids, and she never got over it. And then when she died, I carried it, and to the point where it was just suffocating me. I couldn't breathe anymore, so I needed to unload it. But how do you unload waking up at 9 o'clock in the morning, striking a match under a bed? Under there, all the way under, eh? Next of all, the whole thing goes out. By the time I pulled myself out, I was on fire. Now, my brother and sister died that day and I got out. It should have been me. I lit the fire, and for some reason, God introduced himself to me in July 1979. And because of that, I've had 93 evaluations, motherfucker. And like I said, when it comes to mental health, my brother Mark, he's got bipolar now. Like I said, I can't say I know how someone with bipolar feels, because I don't have bipolar. I've got psychosis and complex PTSD and survivor's guilt, and because of surviving suicide, I realised that there's a lot of people in the YouTube community mentally unwell who are waiting for an evaluation or an appointment or a diagnostic. Now, okay, me and my brother, we have the same psychiatrist, right? His name is Dr. Mabeye. Well, we had, right? Dr. Mabeye, okay? and he was a resident at Park House. Hey mate, hello crazy. So he was a resident basically up in this hospital, and he's the one that diagnosed me. He diagnosed their Mark. But like I said, it's just like I grew up with a lot of tough guys, yeah, and I learned stuff from them, but I also learned stuff from the doctors. Like your brain releases chemicals like endorphins and serotonin into your bloodstream, and then adrenaline. And if you're on medication for mental health, if you're on antipsychotics, thanks for coming in, crazy. If you're on medication, like I know a lot of people, and I've told them this here, like, you know, if you're snorting cocaine especially, and you're taking mental health medication, it's a fucking cocktail that could end up killing you. Do you understand? It's like, it's very dangerous because you don't know what you're fucking with. You know, when you take mental health meds, some people, like when they suffer trauma, some people as kids are abused physically, sexually, mentally, spiritually, and the only way to heal is by having a drink or a line or a few tablets, just to forget about it for a few hours or maybe a day. But the next day you wake up, it's going to be the same all over again. So what are you going to do? Are you going to bury your head in the sand, okay, and hoping that it flies above you without any collateral damage? What happened?
Morning, brother.
Good morning, my Muslim brother. But like when it comes to mental health, you know, it's like myself and Mark, Alex and Jenny, we're all affected by it. But we all have our own coping strategies and mechanisms, you know, how to function.
Have you got any clue how to do this shit?
I haven't, bro, I'm the last person to ask about shit like that.
Like, fucking guy gives me a free sample and he doesn't tell me how to fucking put the things up.
I like your hat. You look proper Manchester today. Well, bro, I work on it. You know, I like making content, you know, because like I said, when we're here, look, we all get a limited amount of time on Earth, so I covered all bases basically, because in 1979, when my little sister died in that fire, we hadn't got one photograph of her, okay, so most of my life, psychologically, I've not known what she looked like, and I used to say to myself, you know what, I'm going to make as many videos as I can, so one day, if my kids ever want to reminisce or what have you, you've got like nearly
I like that word. Very nice word.
20,000 videos to watch, you know. They'll get it in the end. It's like, you know, it's just while you're here, it's like, you know, like there's where I used to live and in the city where I'm from, it's full of tough areas, a lot of rough areas, you know, high crime, low privileged areas, you know, where you have geezers that have nicknames, and in Dublin City, everybody is known by their nickname. Now, a nickname is sacred. It's like a coin toss. It's sacred.
Do you want to know what my nickname is?
What?
Truthfully?
Go on.
I'm not Monk.
Okay.
That's a Terry and all them used to call me, not Mark used to go, where's Monk?
Yeah, well, fuck the monk. How about that? I hit his nephew with a golf stick. 4. Now you're on the floor. Here.
John Chesgrove been this morning?
No. Definitely not. It's like a coin toss, isn't it? It's sacred. Your nickname is given to you in Dublin by someone like me, or someone like one of my mates, or one of their mates. Give the nicknames. And in Dublin, most people are known by their nicknames. You know, yeah, you know, it's not the same city I left. It's like it's a much more scary city, you know, with some scary guys, and there's, you know, education is definitely the way forward. Like, you don't want to be involved in that life, you know. Like, when I was younger, I always wanted to be one of the lads. That was it, you know. And we did a lot of fucking stupid shit, you know. We robbed a lot of cars allegedly, and when you think back, it's like many a time I've thought back and I've said to myself, you know what? Some of them cars that I was in, and probably helped set fire too, was belonged to a working man, probably with kids, who goes to work 5 days a week. That's probably still paying for the car. And you get little cunts like me and me mates that are nicking cars, flying up and down the road, fucking them doing donuts, yeah, and then the car getting burnt out. And that could belong to a working man who has a family of fucking 4 kids, you know, that needs that car for work. But we didn't think about that because we were little cunts, you know, and we all wanted to act the class clown, you know, and at all costs, you know, like that crash test dummy approach, like a class clown. See me, because I wanted to impress me mates, I got thrown out of school because I wanted to act like a fucking bowsy in a class and hit a fucking teacher with a fucking ruler. No, that's not acceptable. Teachers don't go to school to be abused, you know. But when I was a kid, I was a little cunt, you know. It's just when you have your own children and you watch it, the way their education is going, you know, like. No, I'll bang a sup of hot water in that. Yeah, fuck it, I'll bring my cup in now in a second. I'll boil it. Thanks, mate. Well, I try make as much content as I can because, you know, so here's what I did. I replaced shorts with lives because I realised that more people were watching me shorts than coming into me lives. So, if you're a small YouTube channel like myself, you know, if you've got under 100 subs and you want to grow your channel, add me on Instagram and I'll give you 5 steps to follow. And if you follow them and listen to what I say, your YouTube channel will grow. But it's up to you. I'll tell you one thing. Number one, you have to make 20, 30 shorts a day. Every day. You know, you have to make content. And some days I go out and I like making content and videos. I can speak to people, I have manners. I'll say, excuse me, mate, are you on holiday? No, I don't say that. I'll say, hey, mate, and if you say hello, I'll say, you're on holiday. Or are you visiting the city? And most of them will say, yeah, and what have you. And I'm like,
do you want just a bit of water in it, bro? Or do you want a fresh one?
No, well, I have a fresh one, fuck it. So, this is how I approach people. Like, I'll say hello, and you'll see me making a video, like, and I'll say, would you like to say hello to YouTube? And sometimes, you know, they might not speak the same language, but we all understand football. Man United, Man City, that's all they need in English. and I'll say, well, how are you finding the city? And I hope you enjoy your stay, and thank you very much, you know. And that's the best way and the best approach. Because if you walk over and you have a camera in someone's face and you may hear you're on YouTube, I'd say, get that camera out of my face. You know, you have to approach people with honour and principles and manners. Excuse me. You know, and like I said, I love making videos. Cause from tomorrow evening, you won't see me. You might see me Saturday, you might see me Sunday, whatever, but you won't, not for long. I'll do a couple of lives, but like I said, today I'm going to stay live as long as I can to get as many YouTube watch hours in, and I'm going to do a STRAIGHTOUTTABALLYER once I know Finn's awake, Spencer's awake. Nah, it's cool. Mouse, a few of them. So my plan is to get 3 Bowsies on my channel tonight. 3 Dublin men. But like I said, it's like I have to do it this way. Hang on, wait, it's me chat is just fucking like I said, I found a way to grow my channel quicker. I've been part of this community for 7 years, and I used to have a channel called Fighting Back United that got stolen on me, and I was out of my depth when I come on YouTube. I didn't know anything about it.
Jude,
yeah.
Would you like to come with me for some breakfast?
No. But tell you what I'd like though.
Fuck you then, nah.
If you can bring us an egg sandwich back.
No, it doesn't work that way, mate.
Okay.
It doesn't work that way, Tom, unfortunately. No brekkie, no eggie.
Yeah, go on now. No riddle, no fiddle.
I've not had you know, I was going to say something there, but I won't.
Yeah.
I've not had a fiddle now for a few months.
I was playing the fiddle the weekend and all fairness.
Oh, stop, I wouldn't know all that, mate.
But no, like I said, I like bringing people together, you know. It's like on YouTube, like it's very negative, you know, and all the big channels control the narrative, you know. And if the truth be told, some of the English channels, they don't like the Irish channels all cause they're Irish. Like, what's up with you? You know, see, a lot of them can't say shit to me because they all charge money, you see, and I'm the only one in their circle on YouTube that doesn't. They couldn't hold my jockstrap, how about that? When it comes to principle, due diligence, that's Jude diligence.
Here's what he gave me, this is the freebie he gave me.
Yeah.
So the like.
It's called due diligence.
So there's like, how many is this? 1, 2,
50
3,
channel,
4.
51 channels.
So it's like 4 of them things, yeah? But they spread out, if you know what I mean. Yeah, and then you've got...
My brother's got new lights for the garden, guys. Oh, mate, thank you. Crazy. Bro, I enjoy making videos, you know. Like, and like I said, tomorrow evening I'll be under a tree like that, having a picnic with me missus and fishing at the same time. You know, it's a beautiful weekend set for Manchester. Do you understand? It's fucking beautiful out, and I'm looking forward to tomorrow because I'm going up to my family for the weekend. Now, I'll do a couple of lives, but not like what I'm going to do today. We're doing a marathon today. You know, wait, hang on. Sorry, no, I'm on here till about 12:15, you know, which is over an hour. I'm going to FaceTime my son, my missus, and then I'm gonna come back on live, and I'm gonna do as many lives as I can today, or stay as long as I can today, because over the weekend I shall be away. So, like I said last night, I really enjoyed having a catch up with Spencer. So tonight, I'm gonna open up my StreamYard and bring on a few people, maybe 3 tonight. We'll see. Someone will be coming on, without a doubt. Well, there'll be a few people, in fact, because while I have the opportunity, I am going to go to phase 3, uniting the clans, bringing channels together, and bringing people on that whose voices you've never heard in your life. You know, like different people that have been coming in here every day for the last 2 years that you'll say hello to all the time, and they don't need to show their face. You know what I mean? They don't have to show their face. Just to me in the background once, give me a wave, and then you can knock your camera off. You know, like I said, I'm not gonna. I don't want any of my mods to show their faces on camera. You know, like just to me. You know, but not to everybody else, because a lot of people aren't comfortable with that. But I can convince them. Listen, dive on the channel. Yeah, but you have never been on a live. What do I do? Talk. Do you understand? It's like you don't have to show your face, and people will just hear your voice for the first time and try put a voice to a face. Do you understand? And it's like it's about communicating and networking and linking people that have suicide ideology together, like Elena, like me, like Finn, like Max, like Spencer McDermott, you know, like Pablo. Like I said, at the end of the day, I'm on here to try grow my channel. It's like I'm on here to light a few beacons, and we'll do that tonight. You see, it's been about principle and pride for me, but I'm gonna put my principles and my pride aside to hit this target. You know, I'm gonna bring a few people on my channel tonight, in fact, because I have a whole day and a whole night. And last night I enjoyed the StreamYard, what I done with Spencer, and tonight we're gonna bring on a few Irishmen. You know, and we'll see where it goes. And you don't need to show your face, you know what I mean? As long as I see a big head in the background, that'll do, you big fucking dummy. That'll do, yeah. You fucking dummy. So, like I said, there's a lot of good people on YouTube, you know, that are trying to grow their channel. So, if you're serious about your YouTube channel and you want to grow it, or if you need to know certain things about YouTube and algorithms and analytics, reach out to me and I'll tell you, I'll help you. I'll give you a few steps that I used, and like I know my way works. You know why? Because it took me, when I come off the cesspit, I opened up a channel called Fighting Back United, and it was a failure. 4 years, 600 and odd subs, and then someone stole it from me because I didn't know nothing about YouTube, and he was my friend. So he's not going to fuck me over, right? But Foxy did fuck me over, but by Foxy doing that, he gave me a boost. So I'd like to thank Foxy for the fucking help as well he gave me at the start. Like when, you see, when me and Foxy fell out, I was still on my mood stabilizer. Like, I don't fantasize about bashing him anymore. You know, because at the start he helped me. You know, like when no one else did. You know, like someone says to you, basically, I'll sponsor your channel. My little channel, I've only got 600 subs, you mad cunt. Yeah, but you were on the cesspit. You had a good laugh on there, and you can grow a channel off that. And I didn't know nothing about YouTube. You see, I'm not a nerd, and he helped me with things, and he got me a few subs, and brought me down camera, lights, loads of drugs, loads of CBD oil, or that something oil, I forget what it's called, and loads of that shatter, whatever it is, I don't know, you know. But he was a good mate to me, you know, and then it's like we fell out because he did something I didn't like. And I tried to go on my channel the next day, and I'd about 20 messages on Instagram, and people were texting me saying, Jude, what have you blocked me for? I'm like, what are you on about? You know, everyone's saying, Jude, why'd you block me? I was like, I didn't block you. You fucking did, Jude. I'm fucking telling you I didn't block you. Jude, I have a screenshot. I'm blocked from your chat, bro. What did I do on you? And I'm like, here, I didn't fucking block you, right? You know, Rob Lee said to me, he goes, Jude, what you block me for? I said, what? He said, bro, you blocked me. I said, no, I fucking didn't. He said, you fucking did. You blocked me last night. I was like, I didn't, though. What I didn't know was Cuntface blocked everybody. And I didn't know it. You know, everyone was saying to me on Instagram, Jude, I thought we were friends. I'm like, we are friends. Yeah, but bro, you fucking blocked me on your channel. You know, you tie me out and you fucking did this and you did that, and I didn't do shit. He did it. He had me password and he put a URL on it. And at the time, I didn't know what a URL was, okay? He changed it from Fighting Back United to Fighting Back United 993. Smart bollocks. Anyway, when he stole me channel, Fighting Back United, I swear on my kids' lives, it took me 4 years to get 600 subs. 4 years to get 600 subs. And guess what? STRAIGHTOUTTABALLYER, 2 years, 3,695 subs. Is that not progress? You know, and since then, I've come off me medication. You know, last week, I had a bit of a moral dilemma. I was thinking, me pride and me principles aren't worth sacrificing my happiness. So if I have to go back on the meds, so I went back on it for 1 day, and I said, fuck that, Jose. That's not okay. I have discipline that I need to obey. Now, I'm working on myself at the minute. Like I said, my own mental health isn't great, but it's like things could be a lot fucking worse, you know. Things could be a lot worse. You've subbed to me channel, thanks, mate. Shout out to Space Cadet.
You seen any wooden pegs?
No, man, but there's pegs there.
I can see that.
What's the difference?
Because I bought loads of pegs, but I can't find them.
I've not moved them or touched them, or I don't know anything about pegs. Look at this handsome cunt walking towards me like a Versace model. Look at him.
Tell you what, bro, it's a lot better, isn't it?
Yeah, it's fucking deadly.
It's a lot better, man.
Yeah, legendary grass cutting, bro. Like Chris Eubank Sr. said, legendary behaviour.
Sometime during the week, that's going to all be moved now.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to pay little Robert
Yeah.
to do this.
Okay.
So at least it's done then.
Yeah, man. All you need is a van, I suppose.
Yeah, that's it. I'll just ask some of the kids off the estate if they want to earn some money. Just say, I'll pay them a fucking £10 an hour, about 15 quid an hour, bro. You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah, man. What was I saying there? But yeah, so out me principle and me pride, I said I won't do panels until I hit me 5,000 target now. I'm 5 subs away from 3,700, and it's like the only way your channel's gonna grow is by you doing a lot of shorts. Like, I know how to grow a channel now. When I first come on YouTube, I was way out of my depth. Like I was saying to Emma earlier on, Emma has been on this fucking community twice the time I've been on here, and there's a lot of people that have been on here a lot longer than I have, a lot smarter than I am, and a lot braver. You know, it's like when I survived suicide, it's like I realised how lonely that feeling is and how scary it is. And when you have suicide ideology and you want to kill yourself, it's the ones that don't need and leave a note you need to worry about. Now, I lost £290,000 of my father's money because of alcohol. Well, I didn't lose it, my mother did, right? And my dad used to come to me in his dreams telling me that he was ashamed of me. I was a fuck up, I'd never amount to anything. And I didn't deserve my second name. You know. And I couldn't deal with it. I couldn't live with it. I couldn't get it out of my head. Where in the daytime, it was just in my head. And then at night time, when I wanted to sleep, he wouldn't let me sleep. He kept coming to me between 3 and 6 and telling me how ashamed of me he was. I couldn't take it no more. I had children and all. And here, that wasn't even enough. I didn't even leave a note. Now imagine if I had succeeded, my kids would have thinking that I didn't love them. But they wouldn't have known how lonely a feeling there is when you want to end your life and you can't talk to your family because you don't want to upset them. Here, what's going to happen if you succeed and die? Isn't it going to upset your mother and your baby's mommy? I don't know why he's nuts. Oh, but like I said, I've been on here 7 years and I represent the Irish community, you know. And because of that, I've connected with people from other communities, other countries, other religions and nationalities. It doesn't bother me. You know, I don't care whether you're gay, whether you're transgender, whether you're black, white, brown skinned. Life's too short and I haven't got an inferior complex. You know, all lives matter. Free Ireland. How about that? You know, I used to sympathise with Palestine and what have you, but free Ireland, how about that? Jude MacDonald is anam dum, Guramila Maha Gutin you come, Chucky La, Erin Gabra, Oglan Erin, and shout out to my mar and da. You know, there is no pardon, and you are welcome in my garden. On the riddle and not the fiddle, our school's always been in session. It's not my fault if you missed the lesson. How can I help you with your aggression? You know, I have psychosis and I'm not messing. I can help you. Call it a blessing. And every week, my subs will go up to keep you guessing. And I'm not effing, jeffing, nor stressing. He's so lucky, that magpie. Get out of my garden, you fucking cunt. Put me in a bad mood, you one magpie fuck. But, like I said, Jordan, you know what? Men, we're very proud and we have principles and shit. And call me a sentimental old man like I'm 51 this year, but sometimes men we let our principles and our pride rule our heart, and we jeopardize our happiness. We jeopardize our happiness because of our principles and our pride. You know, like, you know, men don't like admitting when they're wrong. You know, and that's another thing that gets us stuck in life. You know, because of our principles or our pride, if we fall out with someone and we think it's their fault, you know, it doesn't automatically mean it is their fault. You know, but sometimes it's like, because of our pride, we'll fall out with a family member. And it's sad, because in some families, people fall out, you know, because of their pride. Here, I'm not having him speaking to me like that, or I'm not having her speaking to me like that, and they fall out. And it's happened in my family, in my mother's family, to the point where, imagine you have 4 brothers, 4 sisters, one of them dies, and you don't even get a mass card off her sister. You know, shit like that now breaks me up, you know. But I can't let it anymore, you know. I've had to let go of my past, you know. I forgave myself for everything, my sins, and then I had to ask God to forgive me, you know. I made a deal with him in jail at 21 on my granny Knowles' grave. You get me out of prison with one of my eyes at least. Like, if I had a losing an eye, I'd have taken it, because what else could I have done? You know, but I'm not a punching bag, you know. Like, just leave me alone and let me do my time, because it's not doing me. And listen, your mates won't always be with you, and I'll catch you. Hey, Max, good morning. I hope you're in a little better mood today. But like I said, you know, from experience in life, it's like, what I've learned is, if you bury your head in the sand and avoid like your demons and your pain, it can overwhelm you, and it can fucking hit you like a tsunami. Like, Max was in the live last week when I had a breakdown. I couldn't stop crying, you know. You don't need to say sorry, you're grand. Like I said, it's like I caught it. The fucking party is what I do. I didn't know he was serious, and then when I seen Finn what he said, and then what you said, and then I was like, fuck's sake, man, this is all I need. You know, like, you're killing me here, you know. But nah, listen, everything's good. Like I said, you know, Max, you're an important part of this team. You know, and so was Finn. And like I said, he couldn't apologise enough yesterday, Finn. And I knew he would, you know. But last night I did a live with Spencer Max, right? And I really enjoyed it. And I was just saying, right, so I'm going to try convince Lena to open her StreamYard, right? And I reckon that you, Lena, Christine, Spencer's Mrs. Ammo, you should have a fucking great panel. I'm telling you, you know, like Max, once you get over 50 subs, I think you can do a StreamYard. You know, it's like, you know, like Lena and you are very fucking similar. You know, and like I said, it's like, I've said to people, listen, tonight I'm bringing a couple of the lads on, and if there is a thing I do bring anybody else on, all you have to do, like Max, when you go on someone's chat, all you need to do is give them a wave and then turn your camera off for the entire live, you know. Yeah, it was fucking brilliant. Because like I said, you can't be speaking to people from where you're from, Max. My ends, my block, my corner, my manor. is the same as the housing estate where I come from. And Spencer McDermott and myself have a lot in common. Now, hey Pablo, good morning. Spencer's mammy and my mammy. Like my mammy used to go down to Agnes, rest in peace to Spencer's ma, what a lady. You know, me ma used to go down to Agnes sometimes and have a cry, and it'd be because of the kids. You know, and it's like when I made this channel Straightouttaballyer, I had to think, because when PD come on here one night, all them years ago when I was on the cesspit and exposed me, he said, "Yeah, film boy, why have you got Jude on your channel? You know, he's a scumbag drug dealer. He's a drug addict, a fucking smackhead that robbed drug dealers and the ran him out of Ireland. Do you know my children were in that live that night? PD destroyed me, dismantled me verbally, and I just wanted a hole to swallow me. There was about 1,200 people in the cesspit that night, and two of them were my daughter and my son. Like, I had to tell my fucking son and my daughter a couple of things about me past before I was a father. You know, and then, you know, like, but PD come to Manchester and he made a video. He goes, Straightouttaballyer, I'm in Manchester. So I said, are you on your own? He said, yeah. I was like, well, here. Come on then. Come on. I've wanted to meet you for a long time. For what you said. He pulled up outside with 3 suitcases and I was like, this fella is off key. Even turning up here, mate, you've got some nuts. But he come in and he shook me hand and looked me in the eye, you know, and told me, we sat down, we had a chat, and he said, you know, all that bollocks that Willard told me, Jude, he said, that cunt was swearing on his mother's life and his father's life that you were ran off your area. I wasn't ran off my area. I fucked up a bill and they took her out on me and they broke me fucking wrists, me ankles, fucking knees, they hurt me. I got tortured in Cherry Orchard, but I never told on any of them. Now, if I'd have telling certain family members who did it to me, they'd have gotten worse than I got, but because it was drugs, I'm in the wrong here. I fucked up, and you can fucking kill me. I'm not telling, because I broke the rules, and if they didn't make an example of me, everybody would have been fucking taking the piss and not paying them. You know, so they made an example out of me. I was the first one to get tortured in Cherry Orchard, and everybody up there from the Red Wall or from my corner will tell you that. You know, I walked away from it, but when my son was at 19, when I become a dad again, I fucking, it's like I couldn't get a job, right? Because I was in a few stolen cars when I was a kid, and I had a few charges and what have you. You know, fucking, it's like, and some of my friends are still there, Max, you know, and I have friends from all over Dublin, Max, right? And you know what's sad, yeah? Our children try to be like us. Especially men. Our sons try to, that bloke who spoke about you. All right, his name was Willard Griffiths. So, PD, like I said, people can say what they want about him. But you know what? The fella fucking turned up here and he looked me in the eye, shook me fucking hand like a man. And even though he's a midget, He's got some fucking grip on his hand, you know. So I said, come in, bro. Give him a hug and all. There's me hand, you know. You're a guest, you know. Because when my mammy was fucking, I tell you what, when my ma died, yeah, you see, PD, he offered to pay for me flight to Ireland. Oh, sorry, you know when my ma was going back to Ireland, repatriated, he knew it cost a few bob, right? So he said to me, Jewett, I'll pay for your plane fare. Do you understand? He said, I don't want it back, like, it's a gift. And I was like, nah, you don't need to do that, bro. He said, listen to me. He said, when do you want to go? He said, and I'll get your tickets now, and I'll send everything, all the info over to you. You know, and I was like, wow, really? You do that for me? He said, listen, bro, I have a couple of bob here. You know, he said, I hope I'm not offending you. He said, but he said, like a sorry and like a gesture at the same time for what he said about me, you know, because he knew he was wrong, because the fella that told him can't go back to Ballyfermot, Pablo. And the same fella that come on and told PD that I used to be a drug dealer and I got tortured because I used to rob drug dealers and I got ran out of the country by the IRA. And Pablo, the next day, you know, my Instagram was going mental. I'd loads of family and friends reaching out to me saying, Jude, what are you talking about? You're talking out of school. I was like, yeah, I ain't talking. I didn't say shit. I don't even know who this guy is. But long story short, PD pulled up in a black taxi outside my mother's house with 3 suitcases. I said, where are you going? He said, America. I was like, what? He said, well, he said, I'm in 2 minds. He said, I'm either go to America or I'm going to go to Thailand. Hey, you Finn? Right, let me get this out of the way. So yesterday, Max and Finn had a little disagreement, like family do. We row all the time, you know, and it's like both of them have apologised to each other, and I just want that to be known. We've got a strong team, and Max is an important member of this team, just like Finn is. So anyway, back to PD. So I said, come in, you're looking very dapper. Pablo, we had a 3-piece suit on. I'm like, check fucking you out. You know, and he come in. I introduced him to me brothers and all, you know. I said, what's going on and all? He said, I'm fucking going to America. I've had enough. Like, I'm like, America? You know. He said, but, yeah, and it's like I was sitting there, and Pablo, I had a proper conversation with him, and he told me, he said, Jude, when you went on that cesspit, you know that fella who told me all that bollocks? I said, yeah. He said he was convincing. He said, because he named a lot of people that I grew up with, and this fella called me a rat. Do you understand? He said that as a police informer. Do you know that can get you fucking killed? Right? So I had to bring a few people on from the heart of Cherry Orchard, like Harpo O'Driscoll, Ian Gibbons and Yowza Tyndall, to tell you I'm no fucking informer. The same fella who called me a police informer, I sent someone to his door, and you know what he did? He rang the police. He rang the police, and it's on video. You know. He rang the police. No names. Will R. Griffiths, Ormond Key. You said I was a rat, and I got ran out of Dublin by the IRA. You got ran out of Ballyer because you are gay. Not just because you're gay, because you're a fucking police informer. Why can't you go back to Cherry Orchard here? Can you go back to Cherry Orchard? Can you, Will? Can I? Am I welcome in Cherry Orchard, where I got tortured? The difference is I never told on anyone. You're a scumbag drug dealer. and you called me all the names under the sun. Do you know what I love? I'm a shepherd, right? I had me family, some of me family, call me the black sheep of the family, me mother's family, right? And one in particular, when I went to England, she slated my mother, right? And then, do you know what happened? 4 of our kids ended up becoming heroin addicts. You see, people in glass houses shouldn't throw stones. You know, that way. But Pablo, listen to me. Pablo, are you available this evening? Like I said, and we'll have a chat. Myself, you, Spencer, Finn. I'll try to get Mousy to dive on. Tonight, Pablo, about 6 o'clock. What time are we on? Right, I've got an hour before me missus, or ring me missus. But like I said, today, while I'm down here, Pablo, praying for... Me too, Pablo. Well, like I said, guys, can you all say a prayer for Pablo's mammy? You know, see, if you know, if everybody was like Pablo on YouTube, this community would be a better place. You know, because of Pablo helping me, I'm on here to help other people. You see, we're all connected. Pablo helped me. He gave me a cheque for £290,000 and I was able to rip her up in a way. And he planted a seed in my head, like I have in Lena's head, and Finn, and Max's. Pablo helped me, and I said, I'm going to help a few others. You know, and what I've learned about YouTube in a year, I can help you grow your YouTube channel for free. And I only want one thing off you. Every video you make, or any live you do, just put my mod's name in your description and I'll share your channel and I'll help you build yours. How about that? For free. You know how hard it is to get 100 subs? Hey, I can tell you a way to get your first 100 in a month if you listen to me. How about that? But you have to be balls deep committed. You have to follow each step as it is. Number 1. Every day you get up, give yourself a number between 1 and 10 because it's going to affect your life. Do you understand? Then you have to be honest with yourself. Have you got God in your life? Well, reach out to him. You know, and listen to what I say because my way works. Well, Pablo, like I said, you should be on over 1,000. You know what I mean? And guys, if you're not sub to Pablo's fucking channel, because here, you see my channel wouldn't have grown the way it has without the advice of Pablo and fucking Chopper. And you know what? I'm a bit worried about Chop. I've not fucking seen or heard from him in ages. Pablo, normally he texts me on Instagram. I'm going to have to send him a message. And Phoenix as well, from Arizona in America. She's one of the mods as well. Like I told you, Pablo, I was going to unite the clans. America, Australia. Good morning, Pat. You big bowsy. But, so, Pablo, last night, myself and Spencer did an hour StreamYard, okay? So, while I'm down here, Pablo, Manchester United are playing tonight, guys. So, I'm going to do a watch along while I'm doing a StreamYard. How about that? We are multitasking tonight, and we will be multitasking tomorrow night too. But that's none of your business. So, speaking of business, let's get down to business. So, I'm going to stay live all day. Well, at 12:30, I have to go for half an hour because I want to talk. I want to FaceTime my son and shit. And then I'll be back out in the garden to get a suntan, anticipating who's gonna come on Straight Out Ballyer tonight. You see, now I've no excuse. I don't feel too bad. My stomach's not at me. So we're definitely doing a live. And someone's coming on the live. Come here, even if it's that magpie over there. Listen to me, yeah? Come here, you Bowsy. Come here, you big Bowsy. Go on, fly away. You big Bowsy. What? Paddy Conroy's locked in the shed. Yeah, he's locked in the shed. Pablo, what do you think of the garden? But guys, listen, say a prayer for Pablo's ma and for his dad. Like I said, see Pablo. Hang on. Hang on, Pablo. Air it off YouTube. Is that the same person we're talking about? Air. I used to always think Air was Stevie Billings, man. Wow. See, like I said, it's a small world, but you know something, guys, right? I'm on here to bring people together, okay? And sometimes people deserve a fucking second chance, you know. And you know, if you apologize and you're in the wrong, I will give you nothing but respect. You know, like yesterday, Max and Finn had a little fallout, and then after they had a little breathe and a think about it, they apologized to each other, which is fucking great, because that's a gift. Being able to say to yourself, I'm in the wrong, I was out of order, and I'm going to apologise for it. You know, that's legendary behaviour, that. Legendary behaviour, being able to say, I apologise, I was wrong. And men especially, we struggle with that. You know, now, I'm going to teach you something today. You don't have to listen to me. But your fucking pain is going to kill you in the end if you don't fucking do something to overcome it or try something different, because otherwise you're going to put your pride and principles before your happiness, and it's going to compromise your whole shit. But like I said, I'm going to make as much content today as I possibly can. If there's anyone out there that has a YouTube channel and you're Irish and you're serious about your channel, if you've struggled with mental health, addiction, suicide ideology, you're welcome in here. A banana apple this morning and he just had sausages. Yeah, that's not a problem, love. Did you have any sausage? Yeah. We'll be having Irish sausage tomorrow. And then we go for something to eat. Nah, I'm looking forward to seeing you tomorrow, you know, going fishing. You know. I'm going for a picnic with me missus tomorrow in the evening, but we're going for some dinner tomorrow afternoon with the babies, well, with the kids. I'm going to go and get some fishing tackle, and then I'm going to get me tackle out and stick me rod in the water. But like I said, guys, today I'm going to do as much content as I can, because I won't be doing much content while I'm away. Like, you'd be lucky if I'll probably do a live tomorrow for an hour. And maybe then Saturday I'll do an hour, but other than that, you won't see me on. You know, the only reason why I'm going to be on now is because I'm down here at the minute. And I'm going to make as much content as I can and just remind people that tonight I'm doing a StreamYard. If I have to do it, like I said, I'm on here, guys, until 12:30 or 45 minutes, and then I'm going to FaceTime my son and my missus. Oh, me too. Hey, ditto. Like I said, it's like I can picture it, you know, just sitting under the tree with a little blankie, you know, set me free, pour out the tea. I like a sandwich, but I'll have a sandwich, you know, and I'm gonna put me rod in the water. Right, so I was thinking of I was thinking of flow fishing and just leaving me fucking rod in the water, you know, and like I said, right beside where I live is the canal, and right on the canal there's a lovely tree, and just underneath it, you know, I can picture it, a towel, you know, it's like a couple of sandwiches, something to drink, you know, and here, I'll show you how near the canal is to my house, right? Now, so you see where that tree is? I'd say it's about that far away from where I live. Both spots. But so I said to me missus, you know, tomorrow it's going to be nice out, so we'll go for dinner in the day, and then in the evening we'll have a little picnic on the canal, feed the ducks, and hopefully I might catch a fish. Even a stickleback will do, even a pink een, a green een, any colour, even an orange een will do. You know, I don't care, you know, because it's like, you know, this fucking YouTube has drove me crazy, you know. I've had people tell me I'm a stupid prick for not charging people, and maybe I'm a stupid prick, but it's like, see Pablo, since I've been on YouTube, Pablo has like been like a big brother to me, and he advised me and give me a lot of fucking advice, and not just to help me on YouTube, but to help me with my life, because Pablo's a bit older than myself, right? I love his hair, man. Pablo's hair is deadly. But Pablo, I'd love you to come on my STRAIGHTOUTTABALLYER one night. You don't have to show your face, because you're going to have all the ladies fighting over you. You know, you fucking worse than Spencer McDermott, man. He looks like Tom Cruise. You know, I said to him last night, right, we'll do a live, and he come on last night, and I love Spencer. I love Spencer as much as I love Pablo. You know, like a friend is a friend. You know, and Pablo has been a friend to me, and he's seen me at me worst. And Pablo's seen me at me worst. You know, and he's helped me through it. You know, now I'm going back way before I met Lisa, like, you know. Like Pablo seen me fighting with me brothers on here. You know, like, I don't act the bollocks, like, you know, and me and my brothers ended up having a few arguments over the years, and while I was on my live, it happened. Pablo will tell you, you know, and I've just changed so much. You know, I'm so calm. Well, I'm a lot more calmer than I used to be. Like I said, I have another side to me, and I have a nasty streak in me. You know, like, once I, you know, go into defense mode, you know. Well, Pablo, I truly believe that, you know, Beauty and the Beast, you know. And it's like, I never thought I'd meet anybody again that I could trust. Because as you know, Pablo, I was in a 20 odd year relationship with Dylan's mother. And it ended bad, bro, and I lost me dog. But Pablo, last Friday, I got to walk him again. I fucking walked him and I got it back. You know, I took it back, bro. I got to walk me dog for one last time. I got that one back. Listen, shout out to me missus and Mother Nature for sexy time, because my cock-a-doodle-doo was fucked. You know, just like an owl going, hoo, hoo. It's like I'm not joking you. Okay, I have this, I believe this, right? So I'm going to tell you the story, right? The hairs on my legs start falling off years ago, right? I'm not a very hairy man, right? Well, I have hairy balls, but all jokes aside, I was about to tell you something there. Hairy, yeah. Fucking hell. So, for 8 years, I didn't interfere with me tickle tackle. I was really sick. I wasn't with a woman for 8 years, and my cock died. So I had to replace him and get a new cook. And basically, Lisa reinvigorated me, reawoken me. I give her semen, and she had my demon. You know, but like I said, I've been in 3 serious relationships, let's say. And like I said, Lisa is like, she's the most organised person I know. You know, it's like, and sometimes in life, you have to admit your wrongs when you're in the fucking wrong. You know, and then what you gonna do about it? So like I said, you don't just walk away from a person you love. You know, you need to work on yourself. You know, because if you think there's not a problem, or your mental health is hurting somebody else, even if you love them, you have to, like I said, you know your brain right now. I don't need anybody to tell me about my brain right now. If I'd have gone back into hospital, my kids would be worried about me that I was gonna try fucking end my life or something again, that I'd had a major wobble, but I promised them and my son I'd never try end my life again. You know, it looks like I'll be fucking dying in pain on my knees, like, but never mind me physical pain. And just because I might have a smile on my face doesn't mean I'm not in agony constantly. I have a way of dealing with it, you know. But there's a lot of good people on here, not just Irish people, English people. And when I first come to the UK, it's like I used to hate people that I didn't even know, all because they were English. And now look, 30 years later, 3 of my kids were born in this city. My eldest son is 31. And 30 years later, me son wanted a brother when he was a kid. He said, Dad, I want a brother. Sorry, it took 30 years. But like I said, I truly believe if you find somebody in your life that you're comfortable with, that doesn't make you feel insecure and wants to be with you and loves you, well, fucking work at it. You know, that's the way I see it. You know, like men, sometimes we are pricks and we won't admit when we're in the wrong. Now, listen, it takes 2 to fucking tango, you know, but sometimes you have to take a step back and have a look and say to yourself, is this worth fighting for? Fuck yeah. You know, it's like, I'm not a little boy. Only little boys run away and bury their head in the sand. I knew I was that close to going into hospital, so I made an executive decision to help my family, my missus. Do you understand? By removing myself for 28 days and coming back to basics, coming back to me ma's house, me dad's garden. Mark knows I like the grass cut and the smell of the grass, and he said he was going to do it, and he fucking did it, you know. And it's like all them trees up there, because of the weather, they release neurotoxins, you know. The plants release toxins into the air. How are you, Fred? Okay, love. You're preparing already. You're getting your nails and all ready for me. Oh. Well, like I said, while I'm here today, I'm going to make as much content as I can. I'm going to ring you in about 35 minutes. Well, about 37 minutes. 12:30, I'll FaceTime you. But at least while I'm down here, I'm going to try to do as much content as I can. Tonight, I'm going to do a StreamYard, and I'm going to bring a few of the boys on. You know, it's time. You know, and when I say bring a few people on, I'm gonna try bring as many people on my panel as I've ever brought on before, but it's gonna be very hard because everybody be talking at the same time. So what I will say is, if I'm gonna bring 4 people on, now see me, I can't shut up sometimes. You know, it's like, and sometimes you need to let other people talk. I'm not. I don't do the horses. I'm shit at gambling. Me, you know. Me dad used to gamble like he liked the horse. You know. You know, and I have a lot of family that love betting as well. You know, like a lot of my family, right? Some of them, 1/3 of my family have a local in Clondalkin, and it's called Finches, right? Now, my mother was a Knowles. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, and you're a baldy cunt.
Get out.
Fuck off. Oh, he's fucking being mean to me. I'm not going down the Amazon. Listen, I'll be Huckleberry Finn. You know, me brother wants to go down the Amazon, right? On a raft. Ed Stafford shit, but here, I'd be afraid I'd get bit. You know, I had to draw a Barca and Inter last night. What score are you going with tonight, guys? Pablo, we're playing, what are they called again? Cunts. But Man United are playing away tonight. Well, Fred, you should meet me there one day. You know, like there's only 2 pubs on this housing estate, and Mark drinks in both of them. He knows everybody around here, so do I, you know.
No. You should rephrase that.
Go on then.
If I don't know somebody, you're going to know somebody. If you don't know him, Alex is going to know him. And if Alex doesn't know him, Dave's going to know him.
Correct.
That's how it is.
Amen.
Stuart, where's your cup?
Right there, brother. We've
Well,
now
just dip this.
Yeah. Well, that's what I did this earlier on. Oh, I'm not mopped it. I just swept it to get the grass up.
When you get 15 minutes free later, bro, please just give it a little mop for me.
Yeah, man.
Just while I'm in uni, just.
Of course I will, yeah.
I've got a bit of breakfast here also.
Wow. Oh, bro, you're a fucking legend. He's gone out. Look at you fuck off. The magpie keeps landing in this garden. Get out of me fucking garden, you cunt. Fucking bastard magpie. You know, Max went and got some breakfast.
I just need the fried egg.
A draw.
Fucking how can a cafe not have eggs?
Do you have no eggs?
Got no eggs. I'm like, what? What the fuck? I said, what do you mean you got no eggs? Yeah, we've got no eggs. Lubba was like, are you fucking for real? How can you not have an egg in a fucking cafe?
I know, it's mad. Mark's gone down and he's got us, like, you know, a bacon butty or like sausage and bacon. He put egg on it. But guys, listen, yeah. Myself and Pablo are football fans. I'm a Man United fan and Pablo's a Tottenham fan. Hey, Pablo, what a ground. You know, like to do that boxing event. Like, You know, it's fucking like it's some ground. You know. Now, if me and Pablo are lucky and our team gets into the final, we both face each other. And like I said, can you imagine that? An English final, Tottenham versus Manchester United. You know, and I'd like to say congratulations to all the Liverpool fans on winning the Premier League. Justice for the 97, and may they all be celebrating in heaven. You see, first of all, I'm a people fan. Second, I'm a football fan. And third, I'm a Man United fan. You see, I give credit to the Scousers for winning the league, whereas a lot of my mates won't, because they hate them with a passion. It's like Dublin and Cork, it's crazy. I don't hate nobody, especially because they're a football fan. I dislike their team, yeah, but for 90 minutes, you know, it's like, but Liverpool this season have outplayed, outclassed, outpassed. You understand, the geezer, you can handpick that Liverpool team every week. You know, and this guy, the Dutch connection is working. You know, you've got a great captain there in Virgil. It's like Mo Salah could go in any team on this planet. Yeah. Dublin out of Leinster, Jude. Can you believe it? After 15 years, wow. And you know what, Fred? I like the rugby right now. I watch the Six Nations, okay? You know, and I fucking love it. But you know what? I just wish our rugby team, I wish our football team was like our rugby team, like, you know what I mean? But what I do believe is there's a young squad of players. Oh my God, bro, look at that, man. Oh, Jesus Christ. Look at that. Oh, mommy. Mommy. Oh, mama. Mommy. Mommy. Fuck me. Fuck me. I'm gonna eat this. This is getting fucked. Wow. Holy shit, mommy. Oh, brother. Mommy. Come to daddy. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck off. Sorry about that. Oh, wow, bro. Mm-hmm. Oh, mommy.
Nice.
Hit me, baby. Fuck.
The nice good.
It's fucking lovely. Jesus.
Oh, he's not bad. That's not bad. I'm a bit baffled.
Bro, thank you, brother. Thank you, you handsome fuck. Pablo, thanks for coming in and listening. I'm praying for your ma. And guys, do me a favour. If you're God-fearing, could you say a prayer for Pablo's mammy? She's under the weather at the minute. It's like, you know what I mean? And like I said, Pablo, he's a fucking great guy. And he's a great son. And he's a great mate. You know what I mean? So, I'm rooting for your mammy, Pablo. You know, like I said, when I lost my dad and that, you helped me. You know, so I'm always here, bro. Like I said, Pablo's been around this community for years. And he's always given me guidance and advice. And it's always been good advice. Not just with my YouTube channel, with my personal life, you know. He's rarely wrong. Wow. That was fucking beautiful, bro. Thank you. Fucking gorgeous. Oh, that was fucking lovely. Well, you didn't get any sick.
Oh, do you know what, bro? I forgot.
No.
Got no love.
Oh, yeah, man. Oh, that was fucking lovely. You know, but yeah, shout out to Pablo's ma. You know, like when I was going through like a really bad time, you know, after my father passed away and what have you, like Pablo helped me, you know, he reached out to me, and like I said, you know, I always wanted a big brother, you know, but it wasn't meant to be that way, you know, and I do say to myself sometimes, maybe if I had a big brother, I wouldn't have turned out the way I did. You know, if I had having somebody like me to slap the face on me brother, if I had to stop him fucking selling drugs, or to stop him palling around the corner, or stop him palling around with some of Dublin's most nastiest bastards, evolved around some of the most craziest people you could imagine, some of the most dangerous people in the city, some of them. Yeah, and I'll tell you one thing, if that's what being a tough guy is and being a fucking gang mate, you can keep it, because it's not for me. I have an ill streak in me, but there's certain things I wouldn't be able to do. You know, like I remember many years ago seeing a geezer doing something to somebody else and he had him chained up. And I swear on my mother's grave, I just wanted to get out of the house, because I was like, I'm a fucking witness here. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, but I don't think I've ever been that scared of a man. Like, out of all the scary men I've been around, I'd say Marno Highland was the scariest for me, especially when he was on cocaine. You know, I was terrified of him.
That's sort of, do you feel like you've had a bit?
Oh, yeah, bro, that was...
Now, you know, later on,
Yeah.
let me,
You want me to...
no, let me tell you something, you know, later on now, come about 4 or 5 o'clock, you're going to be starving.
Okay.
Because you've had that bit of food. Mark my words, right? You'll be starving. Not saying you don't eat anything, but
Yeah.
you'll be hungry.
Bro, I'll tell you what, bro, that fucking definitely sort of fucking... That was fucking like... Yeah. I just need to... But I'm off the floor, I'll do the floor and that, like, in a
Just
bit.
give it a food bowl, just a quick sweep
Yeah.
them up and just
No,
wipe the tables and that, you know what I mean?
yeah, we can do that.
And you get, like, and it makes me feel a bit anxious, bro, because Alex he gets that
Yeah,
funny
nah, I hear
sometimes.
what you're saying, I get, bro, I fucking get it, no shit. But I'll, like I said, I'll go over it, I'll do 1, 2. I give the out 1, 2. Mark, what's the charge for that?
Well, them 2 sandwiches,
Yeah.
£6. No, that's not too bad, that's alright, dude, that.
I'll tell you what, though, on a fucking, on a bleeding, like a Thursday, it's like, you know, you'd expect a fucking place like to fucking have eggs. Like, eggs is one of your biggest fucking sellers, mate. It's like, but that is fucking filled the gap, bro.
Well,
Definitely.
I'm only staying until about 6:30, but tomorrow I'm staying starting at 4:30
Yeah.
and I finish at 9.
Wow.
Because we got the same tutor.
That's a shift, isn't it?
No.
Yeah, but here's the thing, bro. Look at it's all gonna be worth it in the end because I'll be honest with you, I thought you were gonna blow it up. You know, after a few months.
Good. Have you not seen me typing and all that now?
Well, this is what I'm saying, man. When you first fucking started out,
I know a lot now.
I bet you didn't think that you'd been cleared up as you are now. Like to the point where you can get up in front of the classroom and explain the module.
No, 100%. But what helped me as well, because one thing I don't really want to say it because people might be able to
Yeah.
that period.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's been a big help to me, bro, because like I said, I've saved 8 bags now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, I know you can take the money with you, that's not the point.
Well,
That's
no, but Mark, it's nice having that option. But
yeah, no, I know that, bro, but that's my teeth.
Good.
And that's a deposit for my car, bro.
Well, like I said, see what you're doing already. You're fucking like you're doing things that's gonna help your life more.
No more taxis, save money that way. No more fucking. I can take Alex to Asda, wait for him. If you have appointments, I can take you from A to B. You know what I mean?
But nah, I'm proud of the party as well. Like I said, it's a big man thing. Fucking they gone getting a degree and all that shit. You know, it's a big fucking thing. It is. Hey, it's always. But guys, like I said, look, I'm on here to bring people together. So it's like tonight I'm gonna open my StreamYard and I'm gonna film my panel tonight, just tonight, and we're gonna see how it goes. So tonight I want to try get a few people on my StreamYard, like Spencer, Finn. We'll see how Pablo is. I'll see if Mousy wants to dive on, and we'll talk about football, boxing, mental health, life, Arabs, Aladdin, fucking whatever you want. But it's like fucking, I believe that it's time. And there's no time like the present. So you're going to get a present tonight because we're going to laugh as hard as we've laughed for a minute. You know.
Oh, that's bad.
What's that?
Dubois
Yeah?
has just pushed Alexander Usyk.
He done that, bro. Fucking
This old news is.
at Wembley.
Oh, right, bro.
Yeah, he pushed him.
Just come up on my feet,
Yeah, he put. Like I said, bro, styles make fights, and in order to sell, they don't need to sell that fight, but.
Usyk's winning for me, bro.
Well, I'm going with Usyk. It's like, but Mark Daniel Dubois is hungry and he's young.
Hungry, but trust me, man. Usyk wins that fight. Do you know what? I put £100 on that, confidently that he'll win that fight.
Well, I tell you what, if you put £100 on it and pick the round, it's like you get a fucking, you know. But I reckon Usyk wins that fight. Cause I'll be honest with you, Mark. I predicted AJ Dubois. I said Dubois hits like a fucking train. And Mark, AJ's a bigger guy than Usyk. And it's like when he got hit by fucking Dubois, when AJ got sparked in the first round, his whole canvas went, Mark. Like his whole frame went. You could see his legs. Once your legs go, that's it, you're fucked. But when he hit that AJ, it's like, I was like, wow, he's just, AJ wasn't the same after that. Yeah, shout out to me brother, man, for fucking getting me. He went down to get a sandwich, sausage, did no eggs. So he fucking, he got some eggs, but guys, like I said, listen, I'm gonna end me live in about 20 minutes. being 12:30, I'm gonna FaceTime me queen, and then I'll come back on about 1 o'clock, and I'll be on for a few hours just to, if a few people come in me live, just to let them know that I'm doing a StreamYard tonight, and I'd like you all to come over. You know, let's fucking get the ship sailing. And tonight, we are going into international waters, baby. Get up, you bows here. Hit me! Like that. Aye, aye. But like I said, guys, you know Lena, okay? Now, Lena is eventually gonna open her StreamYard, and Max, you should add Lena on fucking Instagram. You know what I mean? And I think Christine as well. Like, the three yous would get on. Now, when Lena opens her StreamYard, you know, like Lena's got like loads of friends all around the world, what have you, and they'll come in live, and I'll pop in, you know, because you have to support your team, and I'm the captain of this ship, and I know my way works already, you know, and I'm willing to help people learn how to grow their channel like I had to learn. Nobody learned me. I had to put my head into analytics and algorithms. And my first attempt on YouTube of Fighting Back United, I only had 600 subs, and it took 4 years. But with determination, tenacity, and parliamentary procedure, legendary behaviour. So tonight, again, I'm going to do a StreamYard, and you never know who might come on. Now, they'll be all men, I'd imagine. Now, I know when Lena opens her channel, Max will be able to jump on. They don't need to show their face. You know, and that's how, because a lot of people don't like showing their faces. Whereas when you go on my channel, someone else's, as long as I see it in the background, you know, you don't need to show your face, because some people aren't comfortable on camera. You know, and I tell anyone that comes on me live here, you don't need to show your face. But, you know, I have real people that come on my channel. Real tough guys that people know. You understand? I'm not part of the YouTube tough guy community. Like I said, once upon a time, my old self, you would have ringing the police on me. But I made me son a promise, me baby son, just like I made a promise and a deal with God to try work on my mental health and reignite a spark in me. You know what I mean? Like I said, the last 3 years, man, it's been hard. Like getting me mother and father repatriated to Ireland. You know, it's like. So I said, rather than go back into on a voluntary basis, I said I'm gonna come home to my dad's garden. I'll get Mark to cut the grass. The sun's out. I've just had a fucking banging egg and sausage barm. I'm gonna take my top off and I'm gonna get some suntan. So, how you been? So, like Finn, this evening I'm doing a StreamYard and I'd like you to dive on board tonight, brother. Me, you, Spencer, and I'll try get a couple of other bowsies to jump on. How about that? And Finn, no acting the bollocks, right? I swear, I promise you. Like, I'm here all night, so I'll do it about 6 o'clock. You know, last night, Finn, I said to Spencer, listen, I'll do an hour with you, and when you have a few people on your channel, it's very hard for everyone to talk, especially when you have a chatterbox like me. But I just want to prove something to the YouTube community. Myself, Spencer, Finn, and like I said, see Pablo's channel, guys. If you're not subbed to Pablo's channel, can you go do it? If Pablo's free, I'd love him to come on. Black t-shirt. Attract the sun. Now, last night, Finn, listen. You know, Spencer, when it comes to boxing, he knows his shit. Oh. So, now, I stopped doing panels because a couple of people let me down, no names. And I just want to hit me 5,000 target without doing panels because I know I can do it. And this has always been about principle and pride for me, not ego. You stole something off me, amigo. Long story short, someone stole my channel and he lit a fire underneath me. And when Exposure TV tried to violate me and humiliate me and embarrass me on his channel one night and got people to blackball me channel, Fighting Back United, and then that cunt stole me channel. So I said to Pablo, you know what? I'll grow another channel, and you know what I'm going to call it? STRAIGHTOUTTABALLYER. That way, all them wankers that said I was one wanker who said I told on someone. So I brought Harper O'Driscoll on my channel to tell you here, don't listen to that gobshite Will lad. You'd never told on anyone, and here I'd have known. So I made this channel STRAIGHTOUTTABALLYER so I could say, fuck you, everything I've told you. Believe it or don't, that's not my problem. What happened? And I grew from it, and I learned from it, and I'm still learning from it. I walked away from my mates at 18. 30 years later, allegedly, all my friends and me family. Fuck you! So Finn, last night, I know, well, I'm about 5 subs short, 3,700, and that'll mean then I've 1,300 to hit. And I didn't want to do panels, and I did want to do it, but Finn, sometimes things happen, like life, and it's very hard to juggle a few things. And I come on here on a daily basis and I care about other fucking people, and look where I am. You know, is it worth it? You know what I mean? I used to think people liked me years ago. Now fucking no one buys me coffee. I drink tea anyway. But like I said, listen, when it comes to StreamYard, if you want to buy me coffee, if I do StreamYard, knock yourself out. It's not YouTube. You see, Finn, Raymond, Lena and Max, like Finn's already way past where I thought he'd be. And the fact that he makes content on a daily basis, repetition, that means every day. If you've got a YouTube channel and you want it to grow, right guys, listen, in 5 minutes I have to go. I'll be back at 1 o'clock. But tonight, hold up, yeah. We don't care. We've been rocking till the wheels fall off. Hold up. Hey, I am not the gay. Stay. Jew McDonald's and I'm done, motherfucker. And I am not a gay. Send it to the fucking bank. Proper Cali vibe. Now listen. Tomorrow I'm going to be busy. And the next day I'm going to be busy. And the day after that I'm going to be busy. See me fucking family going out for some food tomorrow in the afternoon. And then we're going to have a picnic along the canal while I have my tackle out in the water. No indecent exposure. You know. So I vision it under the little tree on the canal, a towel or a little blanket, you know, a couple of sandwiches, a little picnic, me catching a fish, you know, it'd be fucking great. And I'm looking forward to it, you know. Like I had a breakdown on my channel a few weeks ago. Or not a few weeks ago, well, I've had a few. You know, and you know, sometimes when you don't want to admit you're wrong or you've hurt somebody, you know, like you're not supposed to hurt the people you love. Well, I tell you what, Finn, can you imagine you coming up fishing, bro? What? Fuck off! Fuck's sake, mate. Listen to me, I've no beef with you, yeah? Yeah, fuck off, leave me alone. This is my garden. Oh, shit. Sorry about that. I just got nearly stung by a bee. Hey, can you imagine that? Finn and Jude out on the canal. You know. That'd be great, that, Finn. You know. Like I said, there's a lot of people on their community, man, that have people videoing them all the time. No names, Danny G. Your wife isn't your personal assistant, you know that, don't you? No, I'm coming off now to fucking ring you. And my son. You just go. Brilliant. I'm glad he took the fucking bins, because it's important here. A baggage just flew into my garden. So, guys, right, listen, I'll be back about 1 o'clock, okay? Come here, will you? I have a bag. I just got myself a bag, Finn. I have a bag, but there's nothing in it. But 28 years ago, I remember slapping a man that was sat on a bag just like this. A regular plastic bag. And inside, oh yes. Hey, I looked in the bag and it looked like 13 tennis balls. Yeah, 13 tennis balls. That'll do. Thank you. Jude McDonald's and I'm done. Got a meal in my gut. I just come in your flat and took your shit. And his neighbours as well wanted me. You know what I mean? But I just let them know he was with me. And I got out there, and the next morning my door went in, mate, honestly. But Finn, I'm going to end me live, but I'll be back at 1 o'clock, guys, because I want to talk to you there. I'm going to video call my son, okay? But I'll be back about 1 o'clock. And like I said, I'll be doing my YouTube for a few hours, because the weekend I'm going to be busy with my family, okay? I'm away, and I'll talk to you in a little bit, okay? I'll be live about 1 o'clock. I'm going to give me Queen and my son a FaceTime. Now, just in case you don't see me or you're busy, whatever, I'll be doing a StreamYard tonight. Myself, Finn, and Spencer. We'll be on there talking about fighting, the upcoming fight with Usyk and Dubois. I know Finn likes his boxing as well. Fuck off! Fucking bastards! You know, leave me be. Fucking leave me be. Fuck off. Look at me, fucking top of just fucking dropped on the ground and ran like a little girl. Tough guy. Go on now, that you big bee runner, you. Yeah, some tough guy. I am. You know, running away from bees like a little fucking child. Like, but I don't like getting stung. It triggers me. You know. But like I said, guys, over the weekend I'm going to be busy up with me family, and I'll probably, while I'm up there, I'll probably do an hour live, maybe Friday evening for an hour, maybe Saturday, we'll see, depending where I am. But like I said, today I'm going to make as much content as I can. You know, because I'm chasing a certain amount of hours on YouTube. I'm chasing a certain amount of videos. And I'm chasing a certain amount of subs. Do you understand? I want to make 5,000 videos, which I'm there. I'm 300, 400 away. And I'm 1,300 subs away from 5,000. And I can honestly say I did it without asking you to hit the like button more than 3 times since I've been on this channel. Right, guys, I'm away, and I'll talk to you soon. Peace.